Hello everyone, my name is Amol More and welcome to our channel Solutions by Amol More. So today we are going to see a rather very interesting and intriguing concept from the chapter of permutations. The concept is derangement. Generally, we are solving the sums which involve the arrangement of particular things in particular order. But today we are going to see derangement. The formula of derangement is very intuitive and very easy to remember. But very few of you actually know the concept behind it or the concept behind the derivation of the formula. So today we are going to see in-depth analysis of this derangement principle in permutation. So let me tell you, get your popcorns ready because it will be a beautiful movie ride for you which involves in-depth analysis of derangement principle in permutation. So let us get started. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं. So let us say I have a set A in which there are three elements 1, 2, 3, and I want to do the permutation of all the elements inside the set A. How many permutations are possible? So first permutation is itself 1, 2, 3. The second one is 1, 3, 2, right? These are the first two permutations. I also can say 2, 1, 3. Okay, I also can say 2, 3, 1. Also, I can say 3, 1, 2 and 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we are talking about the arrangement of elements. So now forget the set property, the set bracket. We are rearranging the elements of the set. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 are all different arrangements, right? So there are total 6 arrangements. You already know if you have 3 elements, the ways of arranging them is nothing but 3 factorial, which is nothing but n factorial, right? So 3 factorial is 6 and over here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total possibilities available. So that is your permutation formula, which you already know in terms of factorial. But then what is derangement? Derangement means in the arrangements you should not have the element at its original position. What does it mean? It means 1 is at position 1. So in the arrangements you should never get 1 at its original position, that is position number 1. So while choosing the derangement options, you should cancel this 1, 2, 3 because 1 is present at its original position. Also you should cancel this 1, 3, 2 because 1 is present at its original position. Then 2, 1, 3 will also be cancelled. Guess why? Because 3 is present at its original position. So I will cancel that as well. Now if you check out this 2, 3, 1, this will be accepted because neither of the elements is present at its original position, right? Then check out 3, 1, 2. In 3, 1, 2 also, neither of the elements is present at its original position. So this also will get accepted. Now check out this 3, 2, 1. In 3, 2, 1, element 2 is present at its original position, that is position number 2. Hence it will get rejected. So you saw that there are only 2 derangements. 2 derangements possible. So for 3 objects which are having these positions 1, 2, 3, there are only 2 derangements possible. One is 2, 3, 1 and the other one is 3, 1, 2. The same thing you can do for multiple objects. Let us say there are 4 objects, 5 objects, 6 objects. But as we have seen over here, we have applied some basic concept of permutation, then cancelled the permutations in which the elements were present at original position. That would take a very long time and it will be very tedious to check for each and every element. So that is why we need a formula for derangement, by the use of which we can derange 4 object, 5 object, 6 object and any number of objects that we want to. Okay, so let us start with it. If you can see, for derangement of n objects, Let me call this as derangement of n objects dn. Okay, but if you can see this, we have cancelled some of the things. Which were the things? The things in which the elements were present at its original position. It means there are total two possibilities. Total number of ways without any restriction. Total number of ways without any restriction. So what does that mean? That does mean that you are considering all the 6 possibilities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in which there was no restriction at all. But that is composed of two things. One is this particular thing, that is derangement of n objects. So let me write down derangement of n objects. And the other one is these 4 possibilities in which at least one element was at its original position. Like for example, over here 1 is at its original position, 2 is also at its original position, and 3 is also at its original position. Over here only 1 is at its original position. Over here only 3 is at its original position. And over here if you see which one is nahi. Over here if you see 2 is at its original position. It means at least one element will be at its original position. So dn plus at least one element at its original position. At least one. There can be 2 elements, there can be 3 elements, there can be 4 elements, but there has to be original position. Okay, so total number of ways without any restriction comprise of two things. First one is this blue bracket, which is derangement of n objects, and the second one is at least one of the element or the object is at its original position. So we get a formula for dn. The formula will be total number of ways without any restriction without any restrictions minus at least one element at its original position. At least one element at its original position. That's it. Okay, so total number of ways without any restriction. What does that mean? This is derangement of n objects. You can call this d of n or dn, however you like it. Okay, so total number will be very simple, which we had already seen over here. Total number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which was nothing but 3 factorial, which was 6, means n factorial. Total number of ways of arranging n objects without any restriction will be n factorial minus at least one element at its original position. So let me write this down as at least one element at its original position. Okay, I am not going to rush. I am going to be very detailed and in depth with this. At least one element at its original position. What does that mean? Let us see. Suppose I call one set as A1. A1 means what? A1 means first element is at its original position. Right? Okay. A2 means what? A2 means, let us say, second element at its original position. Are you getting it? Similarly, I can write down A3. A3 means third element at its original position, and so on, right? So I can call this as in generalization AI. AI means ith element at its original position. Ith element is at its original position. Now this will be very useful to us. Okay. Now we have said at least one element is at its original position. What does that mean? So d of n would be equal to n factorial minus number of a1 union a2 union a3 union a4 and so on union an, right? So are you getting it? At least one element at its original position. If you could not get this, I will give you an example. At least football or cricket. If you write down like this, at least one of football of cricket. Let me show you an example. At least one sport of football and cricket. This is a better example. So how do you write this down? You write this down as N of F union C, right? Football or cricket. Okay, yeah, or else both of them. So at least one means union. What does at least one mean? At least one means union, either football or cricket or both. So similarly, at least one element should be at its original position. So there are many elements: first element, second element, third element, fourth element, and so on. So on there are n elements, right? Okay, now there are n element at its nth element at its original position, first element at its original position, and so on. So you need the formula for this particular thing. Now this is a pretty complicated stuff for which you need to understand inclusion and exclusion principle. But over here I will teach you this by using a pattern, because patterns are very intriguing rather than inclusion and exclusion principle. So let us have a look at that pattern. So you already know this. Number of A1 union A2 is what? You will write down the formula as number of A1 plus number of A2 minus number of A1 intersection A2. Now you noticed one thing. First of all, you took single set, then you took intersection of two sets. Observe this very carefully. Now suppose if the same thing you write down for number of A1 union A2 union A3. You also know the formula for this. You will take firstly single elements, and then you will take intersection of two elements but with minus sign. So that will be number of A1 intersection A2 minus number of A1 intersection A3 minus number of A2 intersection A3. Right? Now two elements in intersection you have taken. Now you will take three elements in intersection but with a plus sign. So number of A1 intersection A2 intersection A3. Okay, so that is how you write it down. Now observe carefully, there are total two sets, right? And for single set there were how many elements? 2C1. And for double intersection there were 2C2 elements. 2C1 elements means 2C1 is 2, so there were 2 elements possible, and 2C2 is 1, so there was only 1 element possible for intersection. Now there are 3 elements, right? 3 sets. So 3 set means 3C1. 3C1 means how? 3. So there are 3 possibilities. 1, 2, 3. Now you take 2 in intersection. If you take 2 in intersection, there are 3C2 possibilities. Now what do you mean by 3C2? 3C2 also means 3C1, which is 3 only. And when you take all 3 in intersection, there are 3C3 possibilities. So there are only 3C3 means 1 element possible. So I will make it more easier for you by writing down a formula for number of A1 union A2 union A3 union A4. Let us see the formula. First of all, there should be all single elements taken. Number of A1 plus number of A2 plus number of A3 plus number of A4. See how many possibilities were there? So there were how many possibilities, beta? There were 4C1 possibilities, because there are total 4 sets and single elements taken, so 4C1 possibilities. Then minus number of A1 intersection A2 minus number of A1 intersection A3 minus number of A1 intersection A4 minus number of A2 intersection A3 minus number of A2 intersection A4 minus number of A3 intersection A4. So there has to be 2 sets taken at a time for intersection. So there has to be 4C2 possibilities. Now let me solve 4C2. 4C2 after solving comes out to be 4 into 3 upon 2 into 1. Cancel this, you get 6 possibilities, right? So let me calculate or determine whether there are 6 possibilities or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, there are 6 possibilities. So our formula is right. Now we will take 3 at a time but with plus sign. So 3 at a time is very easy. A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 plus number of A1 intersection A3 intersection A4 plus number of A1 is done, right? A1 A3 A4 A1 intersection A2 intersection A4 plus number of A1 A2 intersection A3 intersection A4. No more possibilities there. Now we have taken 3 elements or 3 sets for intersection. So there has to be 4C3 possibilities. Okay, so let me calculate 4C3. 4C3 comes out to be 4C1 only, which is nothing but 4. You can solve that, you will get 4. And let me determine whether I have written 4 elements or not. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I have written 4 elements. Now I will take all 4 in intersection. So that will be minus number of A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 intersection A4. So there are only 4C4 possibilities, right? 4C4 means how much? 1. And see, I have written only one possibility. So I have given you a pattern rather than inclusion and exclusion principle in this video, because these two you already know. A1 intersect union A2, A1 union A2 union A3, and A1 union A2 union A3 union A4. So there are total 15 terms. 4C1, 4C2, 4C3, 4C4. Now the same logic if we apply for number of A1 union A2 union A3 union A4 up to AN, then what will be the answer? This will be very, very interesting. Let us see. Number of A1 union A2 union A3 union A4 so on union AN. First of all, we will take all the single elements. So number of A1 plus number of A2 plus number of A3 and so on, and this will be number of AN. Let me just make some space. Plus number of AN. How many possibilities? So there will be how many possibilities? This small n. So there are NC1 possibilities, right? Just like 3C1, 2C1, 4C1. देखो 2C1, 3C1 and 4C1, there has to be NC1 possibilities. Now I will take 2 sets in intersection. So minus number of A1 intersection A2 minus number of A1 intersection A3. Now there will be many possibilities which I cannot write down now. But there will be how many possibilities? We already know NC2 possibilities, right? Because we have quoted down a pattern NC2, right? Then we will take plus and 3 in intersection, number of A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 and so on. I will go on writing down. There will be NC3 possibilities. Then I will write down all 4 at a time. So all 4 at a time is A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 intersection A4 and so on. So there will be NC4 possibilities and so on. This concept will go on. And the last element would be minus 1 raised to n minus 1, right? Because for 2 elements there is minus 1, for 1 element there is plus, for 3 elements there is plus. So it has to be minus 1 raised to odd power, right? So n minus 1. So the sign will be adjusted. So this will be number of A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 intersection A4 and so on intersection AN. So obviously there will be NCN possibilities. Obviously there is only one possibility. As you can see over here, the last element had one possibility. Over here also last element had one possibility. Over here also last element had one possibility. See, number of A1 intersection A2, only one possibility. Number of A1 intersection A2 intersection A3, only one possibility. Number of A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 intersection A4, only one possibility. Number of A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 intersection A4 up to AN, only one possibility. Also, let me tell you what is A1. A1 is first element at correct position. A2 is second element at correct position. AI is ith element at correct position, right? And now let us read this. A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 intersection A4 intersection AN. What does that mean? First element correct position, second element also correct position, third element also correct position, fourth element also correct position, nth element also correct position. What does this mean? All the element at its correct position. So that is quite easy, right? Because if we go back to the first page, over here 1, 2, 3, it has not to be arranged. it shouldn't be arranged if all the elements have to be at their original position. 1, 2, 3. That means first element also at correct position, second element also at correct position, third element also at correct position. Every element is at its goddamn correct position. So there is only one possibility, right? So that is why in the final step you can see there is only NCN possibility, because NCN is 1. But I cannot be writing down this very complicated formula every time. I need to simplify this in terms of summation. So number of A1 union A2 union A3 and so on union AN can be written as very simply summation number of AI single elements, there are NC1 elements, minus summation number of AI intersection AJ, there are NC1 elements, plus summation number of AI intersection AJ intersection AK NC2 elements. And this process will continue up to what? Last step. Last is what? Minus 1 raised to n minus 1 summation A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 intersection so on AN. And there are NCN, that means only one element possible, right? Okay, now let us try and understand number of A1 intersection A2 intersection, union we are writing down, A1 union A2 union A3 and so on up to AN. So understand this, there are NC1 possibilities, right? NC1 elements are there. So first of all there will be NC1. Okay, so out of this n elements, one element is at its correct position. So one element's position is fixed. So how many elements are remaining to be arranged? Obviously 2. So how many possibilities are there? N minus 1 factorial possibilities. I'll give you an example for this. If 1, 2, 3 is there, 1 is at its correct position. So 2 positions are remaining. Out of 3, 1 element got fixed and the remaining 2 can be arranged in 2 factorial ways, right? I'll give you one more example to make it more clear. Suppose there are 4 elements and 2 is fixed. So how many positions remaining? 3. So naturally 3 factorial possibilities, right? So for the first part of the sum, that is one element is at its correct position, so that one element gets fixed at the position. Remaining n minus 1 elements can be arranged in n minus 1 factorial ways. Now the second one is NC2. Mistakenly I have written NC1. This is NC2. This is NC3. Extremely sorry guys. And the last one is NCN, right? Only single element, so NC1, double element, so NC2, triple element, so NC3. Extremely sorry for that. Okay, so now the second one, NC2. So minus NC2. Now 2 elements are at their correct position, but out of those 2 elements, n minus 2 elements remaining. So those n minus 2 elements can be arranged in n minus 2 factorial ways. Then after that we have NC3. NC3 elements, but the remaining n minus 3 elements can be arranged in n minus 3 factorial ways. And then NC4 and n minus 4 factorial ways. And this process will continue till the last element, which is minus 1 raised to n. Minus 1 to adjust the sign. Okay, but at the last there will always be one possibilities, because A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 up to AN, all the elements should be at the correct position. That means it has to be only NC 0 factorial, because all the elements are at correct position na? So 0 factorial, or you could say n minus n factorial, or you could say 1 is the answer, right? So that is how it goes. You can very simply simplify this. NC1 is n into n minus 1 factorial, right? And then NC2 is n minus 1 upon 2 factorial into n minus 2 factorial. Then NC3 is n minus 1 n minus 2. I should not write it down there. I should write it down over here. NC3 is n minus 1 n minus 2 upon 3 factorial into n minus 3 factorial, and so on. This process will continue. So firstly, if you check this out, n into n minus 1 factorial is nothing but n factorial. So number of A1 union A2 union A3 and so on union AN. So this will be NC, n into n minus 1 factorial is n factorial, minus, if you check this out, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial is n factorial upon 2 factorial, right? So this will be n factorial upon 2 factorial. Moving ahead, n into n minus 1, n minus 2 into n minus 3 factorial will be plus n factorial. You can check this out. N minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 is actually n factorial upon 3 factorial. Now I don't need to tell you ahead, because you will on your own write it down. N factorial upon 4 factorial plus n factorial upon 5 factorial, and this process will go on infinitely up to the last part, which is last part also I will write down minus 1 raised to n factorial upon n factorial. That will be your last part, right? Okay, so now our derangement was nothing but this: dn equal to, dn equal to n factorial minus number of a1 union a2 union a3 union a4 so on union an. So this will be nothing but n factorial minus n factorial minus n factorial upon 2 factorial plus n factorial upon 3 factorial minus n factorial upon 4 factorial plus and so on. This will continue. So changing the signs, n factorial minus n factorial plus n factorial upon 2 factorial minus n factorial upon 3 factorial plus n factorial upon 4 factorial, and this process continues. So we do not actually cancel this n factorial because we need a pattern. You can actually cancel, but the pattern is this, that you take n factorial common and this turns out to be 1 minus this is taken as n factorial upon 1 factorial, just for the pattern making. Otherwise it has no use. Okay, we are just making out a pattern out of it. So n factorial upon 1 factorial, so 1 upon 1 factorial plus 1 upon 2 factorial minus 1 upon 3 factorial plus 1 upon 4 factorial minus and so on. This process continues. So derangement of n objects such that no object is at its correct position is n factorial into the bracket 1 minus 1 upon 1 factorial plus 1 upon 2 factorial minus 1 upon 3 factorial plus 1 upon 4 factorial and so on. Now you will say, sir, whether this formula works or not. As you have seen, derangement of 3 objects we have seen at the start of the video was actually given as 2. That was by practical counting. Now I will apply the same thing over here. Derangement of 3 objects. Let us see. We have the formula for derangement of n. What is the formula? N factorial 1 minus 1 upon 1 factorial plus 1 upon 2 factorial minus 1 upon 3 factorial plus 1 upon 4 factorial and so on, right? So derangement of 3 objects would be 3 factorial 1 minus 1 upon 1 factorial plus 1 upon 2 factorial minus 1 upon 3 factorial. Let us solve this. 3 factorial, this will get cancelled, and you have 3 factorial into 1 upon 2 factorial minus 3 factorial into 1 upon 3 factorial. So 3 factorial upon 2 factorial would be 3 into 2 factorial upon 2 factorial, and this will be minus 1. So 2 factorial got cancelled and 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. So derangement of 3 objects is possible in 2 ways, and as you can see, I have already given you the answer practically, which was nothing but 2. Amazed, right? Okay, now let us see derangement of 4 objects. If you have got 4 objects, then what? So derangement of 4 objects would be equal to 4 factorial 1 minus 1 upon 1 factorial plus 1 upon 2 factorial minus 1 upon 3 factorial plus 1 upon 4 factorial. At 4 factorial, naturally you will stop. This will get cancelled. 4 factorial into 1 upon 2 factorial minus 4 factorial into 1 upon 3 factorial plus 4 factorial into 1 upon 4 factorial. So 4 into 3, 12, right? And then 4 and 4 cancel plus 1. So 12 minus 4, 8, 8 plus 1, 9. So derangement of 4 things is possible in 9 ways, such that no object is present at its correct position. Similarly, you can find out derangement of 5 objects, derangement of 6 objects. So I would like that you find out derangement of 5 objects, derangement of 6 objects, and comment them in the comment box. I would really love to see your answers. I hope you understood my little effort in making you understand the clear and in-depth analysis of derangement principle in permutation, and I hope you loved this video and this concept. We will come with such many concepts and such many videos with a lot of questions which are very interesting for you. Now I am literally exhausted, so that is it for this video, and this is your friend Amol More saying bye bye to you.